It's like Donna's house. Speaking of which, it is harvest season here in Wisconsin.
Wild rice grows in northern and central Wisconsin. It's plentiful now, and it's very good for you. Nutritionist Donna Weihoffen is here with some wild rice recipes. Hi, Donna. And wild rice has a fascinating story.
Well, it's not a rice. It's a grass. And it grows in the riverbanks and in marshy areas, and you harvest it by hand. You're in a canoe, and you have to use paddles and go like this with the grass, and the seed falls into your boat. And the boat can't have a motor on it.
It's highly regulated too.
You have to have a license to do it in Wisconsin, and and it truly is wild. It is not growing.
And this is it.
And this is it. And I bought it in Superior, Wisconsin. My last trip up to the cottage. It's really prominent in Minnesota and Wisconsin.
How do you cook it?
This is a good secret. I want to tell you about this. Set your oven at 500 degrees, okay, and to preheat, okay. Then you're going to take a cup of rice and wash it in a strainer and put it in a pan and boil 3 times that amount of water, like 3 cups of water or chicken broth. Put it on, cover your pan, and put it in the oven at 500 degrees. Turn it off and go to bed. And it will be perfect in the morning. Perfect. Like perfect.
Keep the phone nearby. In case you have to call authorities.
No, the oven's turned off. And it cooks absolutely perfect. It doesn't break, and it's just wonderful. You have to remind yourself in the morning that it's in the oven.
Right.
All right, so that's how you make it. Now, how do you eat it?
Well, I have a bunch of recipes. This is a chicken casserole recipe, and it has zucchini and peppers in it, and it has the lemon sauce. So I think the lemon complements the wild rice and the chicken and the vegetables. And so it's very tasty. And
very autumnal.
Yes, very. Now, this one I really love. It's the bread. And now, why would you put wild rice in bread? Well, wild rice is has extra nutrition. It's high in protein. It's a whole grain. So it's just another way of getting some whole grains in. And it has cranberries in it.
This is really good.
And I soaked my cranberries in brandy.
There you go.
This is a Wisconsin bread.
Soaked in brandy and cranberries.
And cranberries. It's a total Wisconsin theme today.
That's delicious.
That's great. So,
and then this is acorn squash. So this is acorn squash season. Cut it. I actually, baked it, cut it in half, scooped out the seeds. And this has wild rice and the cranberries. But these cranberries are flavored with maple syrup. So it's a maple syrup and cranberries and wild rice and onions and a little bit of Italian seasoning.
Do you cook your wild rice in water or chicken broth?
Chicken broth.
Okay,
always.
gives it a little bit more flavor.
Otherwise it's kind of bland. So I always do that.
And some soup?
And the soup. Oh, that's the wild rice soup. That's very traditional in Minnesota. It actually started in Minneapolis at a grocery store called Byerly's. Mine is a little bit different. I put corn in it, so it's even more Wisconsin-y. And it has a little bit of taste. You know what it is? It's sherry. So sherry wine in there gives it just a wonderful flavor with a little bit of nutmeg and a little bit of white pepper.
Oh,
so
that's delicious for fall.
Absolutely seasoned perfectly.
So the trick is making it correctly.
And you know what? What you do is you can just put it in a plastic bag or a bowl and keep it in your refrigerator so that you can make more recipes, at different days. So you don't have to.
So make extra.
Yeah, make extra.
And you can buy it around here.
You buy it in the grocery store, yes. But it's really fun to go to the real patties and
the authentic.
This is really good. All these recipes online as usual, channel3000.com.
So
Donna, thank you.
Thank you, Donna.
It's a good story.
Interesting stuff. All right, thanks. We'll be right back with